The whole Ash history began in, I think, around 1990 when, for Christmas, Mark and I, we got guitars for Christmas and decided we were going to start a band and become famous. And I don't know, it was like a kind of dream.
We were the two worst players at football at school, so we had to think of something different.
Yeah. We just weren't having it. So we went for a few years of like being in real bad bands. And then when we were 15, we started writing good songs, and Rick joined. And around that same time, we saw Nirvana play, and big fans of Nirvana. So that changed our whole musical direction. Because before that, we'd been into Iron Maiden and Megadeth. Pretty worrying. And then we used to just do lots of gigs and make demo tapes as Ash, and we used to send them off, and a guy in London got a copy of the tape and just loved it and put out our first single.
It's our first ever single. It's called Jack Names a Planet. Old school. Walking to world in the gardens, sun at home. Bad children on their phone. Help me to uphold you. Sad kiss you if you want.
How did you come up with the name Ash?
We just got a dictionary out one day, which no idea what to call a band, so we started looking through a dictionary, and Ash was the sort of first good name we came to. It was like, we just wanted like a really short, like one-word name for the band.
It means yuck in Norwegian.
Yeah. There's 3 letters in the name Ash, and at that time there was 3 members in the band. But we didn't know that for a while.
We come from a very quiet town in Northern Ireland. It's called Downpatrick, and it's where St. Patrick is buried. And that's all it's famous for, I think. Yeah. It's just it's 20 miles outside Belfast, and it's pretty much a dormitory town. You know, people just come there and live, but they all work in Belfast. It's quite near the sea. It's quite a beautiful area as well. It's very rural, a lot of farming and stuff. Not much going on rock and roll wise. So we, I guess it was always a dream of ours to get out. And, we heard music, and I don't know, it just offered a whole new world.
Cars come up the drive, too many people inside. Under the stars they smile, they want to invade my home.
Have you ever experienced any of the trouble in the Northern Ireland?
Downpatrick itself wasn't like, where it was happening, but it was just a few miles from there. I think one of the last shooting before the first IRA ceasefire was just
4 miles down
4 miles up the road. So it's pretty much on your doorstep.
Yeah, there's troubles were all around us when we were growing up. It was on the news every day, and you just couldn't escape it. Like, heavy army presence and RUC police presence all the time. Yeah.
Just growing up as a kid, it's part of your everyday life. From some of your earliest memories are shootings or bombing.
a lot of our songs are about escapism, and they use a lot of imagination and stuff, so it might have been our way of getting out of all that. But the funny thing was, that was normal to us. We didn't know it was different. So people would maybe come to stay with us from England and stuff, and they'd see police with guns and stuff, and
They'd be freaked out by it. But
yeah, but to us that was normal. So it was
It's part of your everyday life, you know. See a soldier walking down the street pointing a gun at kids.
I set off this morning down the road along the river, which I take but once a year.
our first band was like a heavy metal band, and we were just becoming teenagers. We were 12, 13, and we were pretty much the worst band in town. Like there was a lot of bands, like a lot of teenage bands when we were starting out, and there was kind of a bit of a music scene. Not that I don't think anyone else really went anywhere, but yeah, we were called Vietnam, and we were really bad.
we were the laughing stock of the town.
Stands upon a hill, an old house there it lies in ruins, forgotten long ago. And here in the clearing, overgrown with moss and ivy, is your lonely grave.
So when did you start Ash? Was it just you two guys first?
Well,
We
no,
sort of called ourselves Ash whenever Rick joined. We sort of changed the name, you know.
yeah, because before that our band was like 5-piece, and we got rid of 3 guys. We just cut down to the dedicated core of me and him, and Rick was the only other dude we knew who played drums. When we were 17, we signed our first record deal, and I remember I was in Mark's kitchen and his mum was there, and we were like saying, these guys want to sign us, and Mark's mum, I don't know, it's like, why would they want to sign you? Are they mad and stuff? We're like, no, seriously, they want to give us money and all this. It was quite a shock to like our parents and stuff.
They always thought it was a hobby, you know, and just something we were doing.
They thought we were crap.
Yeah. As soon as you were on top of the pops, you know, then they loved it.
Yeah.
Then they sort of realised that it's actually something which is happening, you know.
My dad reads the NME every week now. We used to send lots of tips to people in London, and companies, and one of the people we sent it to was Bad Moon, who did publicity for Nirvana. And next door was this guy who was starting a small label, and he heard them playing the tape, and he came in and asked what was it, and they gave him the tape, and he fell in love with it and put out our first single. But then he couldn't afford to keep putting out records, so he offered to become our manager, and like we went over to London, stayed on his floor in his house, and did like a week of gigs in London, and a lot of record companies came and checked it out, and we got a deal then through that. Kung Fu was the beginning of a really good singles run for us. Went right up to Yeah, or up to Life Less Ordinary, really.
Yeah.
And yeah, Kung Fu that was written in like 5 minutes at Christmas time.
I think it's strange, his friends will come at you, and they think she loves you. Oh, Daniel Sam, made in Taiwan. Come on, Jackie Chan.
We called the album 1977 after the year that Mark and I were born.
And Star Wars.
Yeah, and Star Wars came out, and punk rock
Punk happened.
was getting big.
Elvis died, the king of rock
The
and
A-Team
roll.
escaped from a high security prison.
Yeah, a lot happened that year.
Elvis died, didn't he?
Yeah.
She was taking me over, and oh yeah, it was the start of the summer. She was taking me over, oh yeah, it's the start of the summer. After midnight, I felt so good, everything was alright. Once you lost in the night sky, I remember everything. I don't know why these feels ever end. I sometimes wish it wasn't summer again. I still see her in my sleep and hear the sound of the summer wind. Still, I don't regret one thing.
Which songs do you like best from the 1977 album?
I love Goldfinger, Lose Control, Go From Mars, Kung Fu, Oh Yeah,
Lost in You.
Lost in You, Innocent Smile's really good.
Dark Side Lights.
Dark Side Lights.
Almost the whole record.
Let it
Yeah,
Fly.
yeah. We still play it most of it live.
How would you describe the sound on that album?
It's like a crazy pop record with like rock guitars and played by a rock band.
I was, we met Owen Morris, and he worked on that album, and we just started working out what we were doing in the studio, and he was like just harnessing it, and just captured it brilliantly.
Yeah,
Just the whole attitude.
yeah.
Everything was really exciting for us then,
It was a good songwriting time as well. It was a good burst of creativity.
Suddenly all comes back, and as I look to the stars, I remember the time when you were gone from Mars. I don't know if you knew that. So we played cards, we took the cigars. She never told me, still love you, gone from Mars. Stayed in last night. I wasn't feeling alright.
Did the enormous success come as a surprise for you?
Yeah, it was it was a bit of a shock to the system, but we'd been building up through the singles had got more and more successful the previous year, so it was all poised to be a big album. We knew it was going to do well. There was a lot of expectation, but then when it happened, we were just so busy. We were doing millions of interviews and loads of gigs, and
Touring, doing TV shows. And
it was quite a shock that we'd only left school, so it was a very crazy time.
We didn't know what to expect, I think.
Yeah, we got burnt out basically, just really tired. And
Did you feel a lot of pressure?
yeah, it was under a lot of pressure. Yeah.
We spent 18 months touring that album as well, around the world.
Yeah.
So we were fucked by the end of it,
We were partying quite hard too.
Tell me about the Star Wars samples. Are there a lot on it?
Yeah, we sampled a TIE fighter at the start
yeah,
of Lose Control.
great sound to come into the opening track on the record.
Yeah, we were at the time we became quite famous for being big Star Wars fans, and it all culminated in us getting asked. Ewan McGregor asked us to play at the Star Wars rap party when we finished episode 1. So we went and played in front of George Lucas and Kenny Baker, who's R2D2 and all sorts. It was really cool.
Chewbacca and all was standing beside him.
Liam Neeson.
After a fight.
Yeah.
You are with in your eyes. Explain to me how it makes you feel. Inside says it could. Their arms night is falling. You bring it on by the words. Inside the guns. Inside, but fast, slow. I want you to let it go. Because tonight is coming on.
Any big arguments within the group?
Not really. Only whenever we... Actually, the worst we ever got on was when we were doing Nuclear Sands. And that was a very pressured time, because we were meant to follow up. And 1977, so we got stressed out about that. And I think we thought too hard about it. And ended up falling out a bit at times, but we sort of got through all that, you know.
Move closer. Set my mind on fire. Taking over. The world seems so alive.
Tell me a funny story from your really wild days. Any scandals or broken hotel rooms?
Oh, well, yeah. Well, we got a reputation of being like big drinkers and partiers and trashing hotel rooms. And one time we checked into a hotel in Norway and we'd taken all the TVs out of a room because they thought we were going to smash them. That was really annoying. It just made us mad. So like Mark started like throwing all the room out the window, like the lamp shades and all sorts of crap.
Because they actually provoked it.
Yeah, if had the TVs been in the room, we probably just would have relaxed and watched a bit of TV. But they issued a clear invitation to the dance.
Yeah, the reason we became a three-piece with Ash in the start was we couldn't get anyone else who was like, on the same wavelength as us in our local area. So, but we'd always wanted to be the two-guitar band, and anytime we went to the studio, we'd overdub lots of guitars. So it kind of became hard to do it live. And so in '97, we had a bit of time off. And we thought we'd actually do something about it. We met a couple of guys who weren't very cool, because we didn't really want to do the whole audition thing. We wanted it to be a natural thing, and it just happened I was living in a house with an old boyfriend of Charlotte's, and Charlotte would sort of be hanging around the house playing guitar and stuff, and she was in another band at the time, and I thought, oh, she sounds really good in guitar, you know, and seems a really nice person, so let's get her down, see if she wants to jam, and she did, and we all sneaked into a gig from our other band and watched her on stage, and we thought, yeah, it's fucking cool.
So in '98 you released your second album, Nuclear Sounds. Which songs do you like best on that album?
Jesus Says, Folk Song, Numbskull, Projects.
Fortune Teller.
Jesus Says is about, there's one time when we were in New York and like we went to this big MTV meeting with some people and just ended up getting really fucked up and drunk because we were kind of burnt out. And
we were supposed to go and smooth the MTV and executives, and basically get on the playlist, you know.
Trying to make our big break in America, and we just went and shot ourselves in the foot by going out and getting
Yeah.
horribly wasted the night
And,
before.
and insulting them, so we never got on
We
the
really,
playlist.
we totally fucked it all up. New record, I think we're really proud of. You know, it was very easy to make, and we took a long time on it. And we made sure this time we had no pressure, and that we were just relaxed, and we were just like doing it because we loved it. You know, it was just really good feelings.
This next song we're gonna do is gonna be our new single. Yeah, this one's called Shining Lights. Roman candles that burn in the night, yeah, you are a shining light. You lit a torch in the infinite, yeah, you are a shining light. Yeah, you light up my life. You've always been a thorn in the side, but to me, you're a shining light. You arrive in the night is alive, yeah, you are a shining light. Yeah,
How long did it take to record the album?
About 3 months to record. It took a longer time writing. I think our idea was to get everything written before we went into the studio, so we wouldn't be under the pressure that we were on Nuclear Sounds. And we just wrote so many songs. We wrote 30 songs. Like probably more written, but we demoed 30 of them. So you know, it's such a great feeling to go into the studio knowing that you've got such a great bunch of songs and so many to choose from.
you are a force, you are a constant source, yeah, you are a shining light.
This album's very different from Nuclear Sounds because the whole approach and vibe in the band is a lot more positive.
Is it more similar to 1977?
Yeah, in a way it is, but it's like a step beyond that, I think, because we're older and
It's more soft.
yeah, it's more sussed and experienced.
Chemical reaction, brought by dark divine intervention. Yeah, you are a shining light.
We're inspired by just all the stuff going on in their life. And, I don't know. I kind of just like I find it works best when we just try and write every day and sit down and write one song a day, even if it's crappy, even if I don't finish it. And every there'll be ones in there that you just know is going to be great, so you work in those. And they can just be about anything, like whatever's going on in your head that day.